the spotlight was on Mumbai City FC since the very beginning, and we saw how badly they performed. Of course, it's not their fault because they were facing one of the biggest teams from Asia, and we're not used to that sort of competition in India as well. So, but the main reason was that Odisha FC kind of went under the radar, especially because they were also drawn against Mohun Bagan in the same group. And, that is a very big club. Odisha FC is not on that level yet, and they still managed to top their
Yeah,
group. They
yeah,
are in the interzonal semifinals, and I think they are just two matches away from winning the entire thing. And as we saw recently, that the AFC has changed its competition structure where India no longer have a direct entry into the top Asian
yeah,
Cup, Asian Champions League. We the only way for us to qualify is to win the AFC Cup because of our poor coefficient ranking. And now Odisha FC actually has the chance to do something that nobody probably expected them to do. Of course, they haven't done it yet, but they are in that position because of we have talked about how Sergio Lobera is one of the main reasons behind that.
yeah,
They
yeah,
even lost their first two group games, but then they bounced back, beat Mohun Bagan 5-2. That was a statement victory when you beat the opposition from your own country in the group stage to make it there. So yeah, I mean, I think we need to be talking about them more because they're actually carrying or they're representing our country on the international stage, and they're doing it in a well way. Bengaluru FC, of course, has previously reached the final of the AFC Cup. It's not that it's something that hasn't been done, but because of the current situation that Indian football is, we lost that spot. The coefficient ranking can only be improved if we perform in these intercontinental competitions.
yeah.
So I think Odisha FC really has the opportunity here to carry the Indian flag and make a big name, not just for themselves, but for India on the international stage where people start respecting us a bit more.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I feel I was a bit disappointed with Mohun Bagan because I think that was their group to qualify. You had Bashundhra Kings, and if you look at,
Yeah,
and I think Bashundhra Kings defeated Mohun Bagan, which was again, I think it's a serious result to consider for the club because a Bangladesh Premier League side, you should be a bit more confident, right? You should actually defeat them, even if it is home or away. And what does that tell us? And Bashundhara Kings are, I think, the best club in Bangladesh. And Mohun Bagan, arguably, you can say, because they are the league winners of last time. So, I think, yeah, no, last year, Mumbai, yeah, they won the cup. They won the cup, Mohun Bagan. The league was won by Mumbai City
yeah,
FC. So, uh, arguably, if you are the best, you should be defeating these teams. But nothing taken away from Odisha as well. I think first of all, they've bought all the Mumbai City FC players who played well last season. They have Sai Godard. I think they have Yahoo. They have Amrinder Singh was, I think, already there 2 seasons back, but he was again a winner of the ISL with Mumbai City FC. And I have actually made a list. I thought that I should because okay, Sai Godard, Yahoo, Fall, yeah, Amrinder Singh. Uh, these are all from Mumbai City FC. And then Diego Maurizio and Roy Krishna are heading their attack, who are not from Mumbai City FC. But yeah, I mean, so I think the spine is set.
Roy Krishna was in Mohun Bagan, right?
Yeah, no, I think he was in Bangalore FC before this last season. Didn't work out for him.
I think it was there 2 seasons ago, I think, where he was
Yeah,
performing pretty well when Mohun Bagan just had entered ISL,
yeah,
and Roy Krishna was the name
yeah,
everyone was, he was leading that attack.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And
just adding to your point where they bought the other players, you can, yeah,
yeah, I mean it's pretty clear like what we see even in Premier League, for example, if there's a new manager and you are a kind of a mid-table uh side, maybe an Everton, for example, not right now, but few years back, or even Liverpool, how they used to do things 10 years ago when you kind of buy the most successful players from teams who either have done well or not doing well, but the player has individually performed, and you get them together and hope that you kind of get a good result out of them, which I think happens in ISL, and it is much more easier to happen in ISL because of the level of football that is being played. So if you have a kind of a good striker, if you have good midfielders, two of them, not one of them, because unfortunately, if you're not the top five Indian midfielder, you're not really good. So if you have two good midfielders and you have a tall defender, a strong defender, I think you're quite set. So you're kind of going to have a good season. But I think Odisha FC, why we are talking about them is they're not just having a good season, they're having a great season because they're also third in the ISL ahead of Mumbai City FC and really near to I think FC Goa and Kerala Blasters. So they're not really far away. So that's one reason. And also I was looking, and here's where I come to the problems of not Odisha FC but maybe ISL overall, which I thought. First of all, Odisha FC is I think owned by a Dubai company, so they're in safe hands. They're also backed with Odisha government, who have done so much for
Yeah,
sports already. So they made it available. I think when they transferred from Delhi Dynamos to Odisha FC, the Odisha government took charge of getting all of the things transferred to Odisha, and you would feel as though then they are in secure hands. And you look at the overall worth of the club, it becomes 34 CR, and you know that Mitchell Stark was bought by KKR for 24 CR. So that means that this such a big difference, and you would feel as though it's such a big difference between cricket and football. But then you look at some of the other players, and their value is 1.3 CR, and it's according to transfer market, but it's 1.3 CR, 1.5 CR, 40 lakhs, which is not really different from other cricket players other than the maybe the top five, top six who
yeah,
go into the auction. So here's where the problem lies then. All of the transfer that Odisha has done are free. They haven't paid a penny to bring all these players in, and they've also sold all their players, previous players, for nothing. So the club is actually not banking, or the entire ISL teams are not banking on the one asset that is again going to bring so much money. So I think that this is something that they really have to see. I think if you are planning to become the next big club in India and you want guaranteed success and you want to earn something, I think Odisha FC has a great platform. They can earn through by winning. I think AFC Cup is a winnable competition. I think all of the other clubs are at the similar level. It's kind of a conference league. I think not even Europa League. You can say that it's kind of a
yeah,
conference league. Comes down, and then I think they should do is they should try to sell their players for money to some other clubs. I don't know, outside India, because Indian teams are not going to pay them. So they should, and that's how you start building a strong infrastructure. Otherwise, 2 years you're going to have success. Third year you might be at the bottom. Nothing matters. You change the whole squad. Fourth year you have an entire different squad with an entire different manager. So I think these are some of the things that I found out, and I felt that these are important things to look at.